Hi, this is Style by Nick. You're welcome back to this channel again. Thank you for stopping by. So today we'll share with you how to draft a corset and how to go about the beading. So if this is what you're interested in, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, and turn your notification bell to get a notification when I post something new. So let's get right into it. Now you have your pattern paper. The next thing is to get your tape, and you take the length of your half length of your dress. Yes, then you go over to the under bust point, your bust point, and then the armhole line. So this is me trying to make all dots that I made earlier visible. So the next thing I want to do is to divide my shoulder into two, and then I'll mark it, and then I'll get my rule and connect these points together. So after this, the next thing you want to do is to divide your bust measurement into 4. Yes, whatever you have, you'll be placing it on the armhole line. Yes, so this is to get our armhole curve. The next thing I want to do is to divide what I have on the length, which is 4, and then I came in by half an inch, right? I'll make a point there. Then after this, I would go down on the shoulder line by 1 inch, which is to create the shoulder slope. Then I'll connect these dots together. I hope you understand. Just watch what I'm doing, you will get it right. So after connecting the armhole, the next thing is to mark out the neckline. I went in by 3 inch and I came down by 3.5 inch. Yes, you can decide to come down by 3 inch. It all depends on how you want your neckline to be, but I went in by 3 inch and came down by 3.5 inch. So the next thing I want to do is to get the cup I'll be working with. This is a size 41. So usually I don't just place the cup on it, right? I would have to fold it in together and use my pin to hold up the upper sides of the two sides, right? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I use a pin to give it a curve. So this is what I'm talking about. I'll actually open it up so you see what I'm on about. So after I've opened it up, right, this is what I have. It's giving me a very good shape and it's sitting right inside. Like, this shape is actually very okay for you. This is how I love making mine, because it gives you that bust shape rather. After which I'll go in on the center front by half of an inch and connect that dots together. So the next thing I want to do is to place my cup to get the opening curve, right? Yes, that's the cup curve, where the cup will be sitting when placing it. So I actually made a mistake here. Please do not do the same mistake. The cup is supposed to sit at the line you created earlier. That's the half inch right there. Then you start creating a curve from there to meet the half inch we came in by, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Actually, this is what it should be looking like. So I actually came out by half of an inch round the circle, the half circle I just created, right? So this is to make the opening not too wild, because you know when you're fixing it, the wideness will actually increase. So this is me trying to get my bust measurement right, because when you fix the cup, the bust measurement is not the same with the earlier measurement. So but I usually just leave it at that, right, till I fix the cup to the main fabric before I trim out any excess. So you go ahead to take your under bust measurement and then your waist measurement, right? And do not forget to add seam allowance to each of these measurements you're marking out. So this is me drawing connecting my points together, right? Yes. So after this is basically how to draft your corset. The next thing is to get the yoke. So I came down on the chest, on the armhole line by half of an inch. You might decide to come down by 1 inch, 2 inch, depending on how you want your cleavage to show, right? So you just place the cup and make a curve like I did, right? You just make a curve following the cup upper curve. You just create this It's as simple as that, like a 1.5 to 2 inch away from the armhole line, armhole point rather. So basically this is it. So I'll be having a basque for this corset. So the next thing I want to do is to go down on the half length by either 4 or 5 inch, but I'll be making use of 5 here though. So I'll connect it to my waistline, just like you see me doing like this. So here I have the basque ready. The next thing I want to do now is to cut out what I have. This is the front piece. We are done drafting, so please look closely so you see the parts we are cutting out and the parts we'll be needing, right? So just take your time while cutting this. You're not rushing anywhere. So this is me trying to cut out the excesses that I won't be using, right? It is the most simplest form of cutting a corset if you don't want to go all through all the drafting and much calculation stuff. This is the simplest way to cut your corset, and trust me, it will sit pretty well. So this is me opening it to show you how it's going to look when you're done merging these pieces together with your main fabric. So here I want to cut out the back piece, so I'll just take the front piece, and the back piece wouldn't be having the basque, so I'll just take it down to the half length, right? I'll use my pen to mark out essential points, right? So after this, I'll just take my scissors up to cut out what I have. As I was done cutting, I'll just take out the front piece, and I'll take up my tape, and I'll be marking out 2 inch. This is because I want the back to have this open panel, but then I'll still be using a modest panel to cover it up. It wouldn't be open, but then you get what I mean, right? So this is basically the back pattern of this drafting, right? So I will just go ahead to label each of these patterns I've created and pin it together. So this is for you not to get confused. So after this, I would want to create the yoke for the back piece. So I'll get another pattern paper on fold. Then I'll take the front piece. Yes. So I'll take the front piece and I'll just cut out same thing. The only difference is that the down part of the back piece would be straight. It wouldn't have this front piece curve. So the neck part, when you get to the neck part, you just stop right there, because the neck cannot be as wide as the front piece, right? Yes. So here I will take off the front piece, and then we'll work on the back yoke. So I'll come in by 3 inches on the neckline, just like I did to the front. Then I'll come down by 2 inches. So I'll connect these dots together. After connecting these dots together, the next thing is to go down from that 2 inch. I'll go down by 1 inch. Yes, after going by 1 inch, then on the down part, I'll go in by 4 inch. I'm trying to create a keyhole back yoke. So after that, I'll just use a curve to connect these dots together. So you might want to take your time to create this curve, right? You just create a curve just like you see on the screen. So this is basically the back piece. We'll be cutting out the parts we'll not be needing. So yes, we'll cut out that, and then we'll cut out the neck. So instead of the pin I use in creating the dart on the cup, you use your sewing machine to do that before sewing. So yes, this is basically the back yoke of this outfit. Like, it's me trying to show you what the back piece is looking like, right? So basically for me, this is the simplest form of cutting your corset. You don't have to go through all the process of calculating this and that, and trust me, this will sit perfectly well when you're done joining the pieces together. So basically this is all for the drafting of the corset. Yeah, the basic corset. This is it, right? So I didn't film the sewing process of this because I was actually in a rush. It was an urgent work. So I just managed to make a video about the drafting process. So here is me halfway beading. I actually remembered I was to video this, right? So I'm so sorry about that, but I'll be showing you how I came up with this beading in the next line. So you just get your thread on, you just thread your needle. Yes, in it's going to be doubled, right? That's 4 4. After which you will insert the needle on the upper part. This threading wouldn't show at the back part of this dress, please. So after inserting it, you would take one bead, then you'd insert the needle right where you made the first insertion, right? And then you would tie it together just like you see me doing like this. So the next thing is that from that point, you would take your needle again. And remember, please, this is not supposed to show at the back of your dress so that you have a neat finishing, right? So you will insert your needle and take it out to another point where you want the next bead to start from. And why we're inserting it in is because we do not want it to be the thread to be visible in the front side, right? So you just insert it in, then you tie it, take in the needle again and bring it out to the next point where you want the next bead to be. Please, in case you don't understand what I'm saying, just look at the screen and watch carefully. You're going to understand it. Like, it's very simple. There's no hard thing about this. So you just place your needle through the fabric, then you pick a bead, then you'd also go back to that same place you placed the needle through. You put in the needle and take it out to the next point where you want the bead to start from. And please, just like you see, the thread isn't showing outside, right? That is why I was saying, that is what I meant by when you take in the needle, you bring it out to the next point where you want your bead to start up from. Yes, this will make the thread to be in between the front, the main fabric and the lining, right? It's just in between. It's not showing on the fabric, it's not showing on the lining, it's just in the center, right? So this is what you're going to be having if you follow this carefully. Remember, after securing the bead, you just take your needle, insert it through that point to the next point where you want the next bead to start from. So this is the whole process you would go through over and over again till you finish whatever line or the whole process of the beading, right? So I was actually in a rush because I had to do all this, but the drafting, cutting, sewing and beading in a day, because this dress was to be delivered the next morning, right? So I was just trying to make use of my time and finish up everything so that it can be delivered on time. So, but follow out the processes, you would get what I'm trying to say. If you're yet to follow us, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment and share. And you can also turn on your notification bell to get a notification whenever I post something new. And if you have a particular request, you can actually drop it on the comment section so we can attend to it, be it a question or anything. You can drop it on the comment section so we'd attend to it and discuss about it. Or you can go through the links on my bio to have a direct conversation with me. I know some of you might have questions as how I managed to put some beads on the skin mesh. So basically I used gum. We have the E6000, E7000 or the UHU gum glue, rather, whichever one you get. You can just use it to put your beads on the skin mesh in case you're scared you might tear it while sewing the beads on it. Yeah, a quick one. Whenever you come to the point where your thread can no longer further unless you change it up, so you just tie it on that spot, right? Just watch closely, you're going to see what I'm doing. You will just tie the thread on that spot, right? You tie it firmly, right? So the whole beading can be secured. You tie it firmly and secure the whole process. So just take your time. You can see I'm actually taking my time to do this, right? So you just tie it up, then when you're done, you can tie it as many times as possible, let's say 2 to 3 times, then you cut out the thread. So please, if you have any question, do not forget to drop it on the comment section. I would attend to it, I promise. So after then, you just thread your needle again and complete the whole process, right? So here is the final outlook of the beading and outfit. Like I said, this whole process, it will sit perfectly well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.